what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film DC League of Super Pets. Now this is a 3D computer animated superhero comedy based on the DC Comics superhero team known as the Legion of Super Pets. Now this film is directed by Jared Stern and it features the voices of Dwayne Johnson as Crypto, which is Superman's dog, and you also have Kevin Hart as Ace, which will become Batman's dog. Now there are like other characters in the film, but I just touch on like the most important ones. There are even like the antagonists of the film, like the villain, who is known as Lulu, and she's like a guinea pig that was actually Lex Luthor's guinea pig. I'll touch on that as I go throughout my review. Now she is voiced by Kate McKinnon. Now there are other characters in here too as well I want to touch on, but I don't want to get into them too much. Now you also have Keanu Reeves, who voices Batman's character, so I thought that was pretty cool too as well. And they're all like members of the Justice League too as well, who like these eventually the animals that are in the film will become like their pets. So I ain't want to spoil the film too much, you know. But overall, I thought it was just it was kind of okay. It just never really like took off for me. It had like a lot of laughs and I thought it was like a lot of funny moments, especially like with Kevin Hart providing like the voice of Ace. It just still would never really like just take off. But the film itself, it does open with like an origin tale, which I thought was kind of interesting. You get to see like Kal-El or Superman when his parents sent him away from Krypton is blowing up. But this time, instead of just being him as like a baby inside like the carriage thing, the space shuttle, they actually had like a dog known as Crypto that actually got in the space shuttle with him. So I guess that's why the dog has superpowers too. I didn't even know that they had that kind of I guess you could say kind of like a multiverse type thing where Crypto the dog actually got in with with Kal-El, they came to Earth together. That's why the dog has like superpowers too as well. And as the film goes on, you get to see that both of them like fighting crime and all, they're always together. So he's always constantly cool with like a Superman, or you can say Clark Kent. But there's also like the love interest, of course, who was Lois Lane. And I forget who provides her voice, but you do have Olivia Wilde. She provides the voice of Lois Lane. Now, Lois Lane and Clark continue to get real close. Well, you can say Superman, they actually continue to get real close throughout the film. And that's when Ace begins to get like upset. He don't want them to be together. He wants like Clark, or you can say Superman to stay with him. And at the same time, you have this other plot thing going on with like Ace. That's the dog that Kevin Hart is voicing. There was like other animals too, like the pig. I forget, the pot-bellied pig, PB. Now she is voiced by Vanessa Bayer, and there's also like this other like animal like thing too. I forget what it's called though. Yeah, there's even like a turtle that's like super fast and so on. Yeah, the red squirrel. Now I think known as Chip. Then they also have like the turtle too that's real fast, like I mentioned before. I think that's known as a Terrific Wazit. I think that's how they pronounce it. Now I don't want to go into talk, but Diego Luna, he provides the voice of Chip, like the red squirrel. Now these particular animals are like in this pet shop. And there's also a guinea pig known as Lulu, and that becomes like the antagonist of the film, because Lulu has this plan to break out the pet shop when like this huge meteorite comes close to Earth, which is I think it's kryptonite, but it's like a red version, which will actually give people superpowers. Because Lex Luthor himself, he's also trying to get this like huge like meteorite thing that would give him superpowers, and he's actually affiliated with Lulu too as well. And you actually see like a part in the film where they're trying to actually suck like Lex himself is trying to bring the meteorite close to him. And of course Superman and Crypto stop him, and so on. But the pieces of the break off from like the meteorite, and that's how Lulu gets her hands on it, and she becomes like super powerful. And then she breaks out, and that's when eventually like the other animals break out, like Ace and so on. I mean, all of them eventually break out. Then they eventually learn that Superman was like kidnapped by Lulu and so on. Lulu also kidnaps other members of the Justice League too as well. And at the same time, she zaps Crypto's power by giving him like some kind of cheese, and it had like kryptonite in which it just takes all his power away. So I thought that was kind of cool. And it was like some funny moments in there. But eventually they had to team up for all the animals have to team up and eventually save like the Justice League so they can take on like Lulu and Lex Luthor and all that kind of stuff. But it was just okay. Just like I say, it never really like took off for me, and I wasn't too familiar with all these animals. I was kind of familiar with like the Ace, where I knew Batman did have kind of like a dog, and I know Crypto too as well, but I wasn't too like big on them particular like characters. So like I say, I thought it had some funny moments. Even the animation is pretty good in it and so on, but it just never really did like take off for me. But I would still recommend it for fans, but I guess like of the Legion of Super Pets. If you're like a fan of them, I guess I recommend it for that crew. So I'm giving DC League of Super Pets, I'm just giving this a C. I think it was okay. I thought it could have been better. Like I said, it just never really took off. And they had like some funny moments and some entertaining moments, but it just never really like took off. And I felt it was like just too bizarre, too, like you know. But I'm giving it just a C. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.